The Schwartz is with this film. Ben Schwartz, that is, putting his spin on the blue blur in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Directed by Jeff Fowler, produced by SEGA and released by Paramount. Sonic doesn't just one-up other game adaptations, he runs rings around the competition, taking video game movies to the next level by returning to the genesis of his character. So while the rest of Hollywood may have run out of ideas, SEGA clearly has a tale or two to tell, and isn't pulling any punches, knuckling down with fan-favorite characters, proving their old slogan rings true. SEGA does what Nintendo don't. Whether you're a longtime SEGA fan, or you're just tired of dark and gritty films, Sonic 2 is a fun and colorful adventure for all ages. My theater was filled with adults and children alike, and everyone was all revved up to see a true blue hero in action. They even gave out these wizard posters. When the mechanical megalomaniac, Dr. Robotnik, returns to Earth with an echidna warrior who's so angry he's literally red in the face, Sonic and his friend Tails must outfox the mad genius in a race against time to see who can find the legendary Master Emerald first. The plot is a blending of the classic Genesis titles Sonic 2, 3, and Sonic & Knuckles, as well as classic Archie Sonic comics, including the Robotnik Reign Supreme and Chaos Emerald arc, as well as issue 229 from the 20th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog, where a spiky blue hero battles Dr. Robotnik's Death Egg robot. Fun fact, the giant machine Robotnik creates from the gun soldiers' vehicles in the feature film is a combination of the Death Egg and the giant Eggman Robo, the final bosses in Sonic 2 and 3. From Sonic riding the wing of Tails' red biplane like in Sky Chase Zone, to Robotnik escaping his Portobello Purgatory, an obvious reference to Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic & Knuckles, it is clear the creative team cared not only about the property, but the fans, which is refreshing, to say the least. But while I understand Sonic's gotta go fast, I do wish they could have slowed down a bit in the temple that led to the Master Emerald. There were so many blink-and-you-miss-it Easter eggs, I'm gonna have to watch this scene in slow motion once it comes out on Blu-ray to catch them all. Now, while Tails was adorable, Knuckles was wizard, and Jim Carrey was at his grinchy best as Dr. Robotnik, this film was not without flaws, however. Two scenes drag on for far too long. A sequence in Siberia and the wedding portion of the film. But while many on the interweb say it had nothing to do with the story, apparently they weren't paying attention. It isn't my favorite part of the picture by far, but it does factor into the overall plot, and lays important groundwork for Sonic films going forward. Tom Butler plays Commander Walters, head of the Guardian Units of Nations, aka GUN, from Sonic Adventure 2, and given his connection to other characters in the Sonic franchise, his inclusion will lead to greater things. Trust me, I pay attention to the talky bits so you don't have to. Being more machine now than man myself, I was disappointed Metal Sonic wasn't in the film. I knew Team Sonic would fight the Death Egg from the trailer, but I was hoping that would all be a distraction while Robotnik was powering up his final boss, Metal Sonic. Besides being totally wizard, it would have accomplished two things. One, it would harken back to the games because Metal Sonic was a big deal in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And two, it would pay off Robotnik's line from the first film where he says, "You know why I like machines? Because they do what they're told." All things considered, I absolutely loved this film on a whole, and certain sequences made me feel like a youngling again. Tails took the film to new heights of cuteness, and as a longtime fan of good old Knucklehead, I was very happy with how he was portrayed. Fun fact, Jason Momoa was originally offered the role of Knuckles, but had to turn it down because he was busy working on Aquaman 2. But as much as I would have enjoyed his portrayal, Idris Elba does a great job with the character, and I'm very happy he ultimately landed the role. Jim Carrey's take on Robotnik is even wackier than the first film, and I hope he returns for Sonic 3. Not only is Sonic 2 the third time he has reprised a role, including the sequels for Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 marks the highest 3-day box office of his entire career, earning $141 million. And that's a lot of cash. But speaking of money, this week's episode is brought to you by the generosity of Scout Trooper Captain Noah Dingley. The Empire thanks you for your support, my friend. And we could use more brave heroes of the Empire like you. If you've enjoyed our content over the years, please consider donating to our PayPal today, so we can continue to bring you weekly videos. In the end, Sonic 2 is a fun, light-hearted adventure film for the whole family, and these days, that is a rare thing indeed. And despite a few gripes here and there, I left the theater feeling thoroughly entertained, happy, and excited for Sonic 3. So for its light-hearted tone, colorful characters, exciting action set pieces, and a generous amount of 90s nostalgia, I give this film 5 out of 5 Death Stars. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is impressive. Most impressive. This has been Vader Reviews. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, and follow me on Twitter, @Vader Reviews. Join the Empire today. You do not yet realize your importance. Share these videos, and together we will rule the internet. And always remember, you don't know the power of the dark side.